Welcome to this presentation on Nokia. My name is David Arnett. I'll be your host, and I hope you enjoy this presentation. In the year 2007, a movie that many of us had been waiting for since childhood finally made it to the big screen. This technology film featured a Nokia cameo. Let's watch it together.
Please step inside. They have to lock us in.
Freddy Krueger done been up there or something?
Oh, no, man. Freddy Krueger had 4 blades, man. That's only 3. That's Wolverine. Right? That's Wolverine.
That's very funny. Anybody have any mechanical devices, BlackBerry, key alarm, cell phone?
I got a phone.
Ooh. Nokias are real nasty. You gotta respect the Japanese. They know the way of the samurai.
Nokia's from Finland.
Nokia began as a pulpwood mill near the town of Nokia, Finland, from whence it got its name in 1865. From the paper production business, Nokia branched into hydropower, which is how one of their factories was powered. Because of their success in harnessing hydroelectricity at the Tamerkoski Rapids, Finland, the chairman of Nokia wanted to venture into providing electricity as a product. Between 1898 and 1912, Nokia branched into some other ventures. Nokia partnered with Finnish Rubber Works and Finnish Cable Works. As Nokia began to experience financial difficulties during the 1930s, the three companies merged into one conglomerate so that the electricity generated by Nokia's generators will continue to be available to the local people. The new company was involved in many industries, producing early in Nokia's life cycle paper products, car and bicycle tires, footwear including rubber boots, and communications cables. In time, the cable division developed an electronics division that started producing televisions and other consumer electronics, personal computers, electricity generation machinery, robotics, capacitors, military communications and equipment, plastics, aluminum, and chemicals. Each business unit had its own director who reported to the first Nokia Corporation president, Bjorn Westerlund. As the president of the Finnish Cable Works, he had been responsible for setting up the company's first electronics department in 1960, sowing the seeds of Nokia's future in telecommunications. Of course, we know them as a telecommunications manufacturer. During the 1990s, Nokia divested itself of all non-telecommunications holdings after the electronics division operated in the red for over 15 years. Nokia put all of its resources at work on developing ways to connect people. I have owned many of the phones on this slide, as I used to sell Nokia products for Bell South Mobility and Singular Wireless. The title of this slide is a nod to the movie The Matrix. Pause the presentation to see if you can find the phone that Neo used in The Matrix in the picture here. If you couldn't find Neo's phone, here it is. As a company, the scope and vision have changed dramatically over the course of 148 years. During the glory days, the late 90s through the first decade of the 21st century, Nokia became a global brand, employing over 100,000 employees worldwide. Fredrik Idestam and Leo Meckelin, these are the co-founders of Nokia. They started the company out in pulpwood and paper, and these are the gents who get credited for using hydroelectricity at their second pulpwood factory. This austere-looking fellow was the man credited for setting up Nokia's first electronics department in 1960. He became president of Nokia when the Nokia Paper, Finnish Rubber Works, and Finnish Cable Works merged into one conglomerate. Other pictures make him look like a pretty happy guy. Probably the most important strategic change in Nokia's history was made in 1992, when the new CEO, Jorma Ollila, made a crucial strategic decision to concentrate solely on telecommunications. Thus, during the rest of the 1990s, the rubber, cable, and consumer electronics divisions were gradually sold as Nokia continued to divest itself of all its non-telecommunications businesses. By 1998, Nokia's focus on telecommunications and its early investment in GSM technologies had made the company the world's largest mobile phone manufacturer, a position it would hold for the next 14 consecutive years until 2012. But all good things must come to an end. Although not wildly popular, the original iPhone, launched in 1997, marked the beginning of the declining market share for Nokia. While Nokia still owned over 60% of the market, other competitors were starting to enter the scene, and Apple was only getting started. With the release of the iPhone 3 in 2008, Apple saw its market share double. From there, Apple was relentless with its marketing strategies and improvements. But as big of a threat as Apple was to Nokia, they were not the biggest threat out there. Samsung. Using the Android operating system, the Samsung lineup is now dominating the smartphone market, making even Apple look like a minor contender. Nokia's Symbian operating system pales in likability to the Android and the iOS. We'll take a moment here and look over this graph. It gives you a pretty good idea of the trends of Nokia, Microsoft, Samsung, and Apple. As you can see, Nokia's share prices suffered dramatically between 2007 and 2008. The release of the iPhone in 2007 and other devices from their other competitors, coupled with lackluster reviews of Nokia's Symbian operating system, produced tremendous losses in market share and profits for the company. Over the course of the next few slides, pay close attention to the top of the slide. This particular slide refers to mobile phones, not just smartphones. It includes smartphone numbers. As of the second quarter of 2013, Nokia had fallen behind Samsung in the mobile phone market share. This particular graph refers to smartphones, which is a portion of the overall mobile phone market share. In the smartphone sector, Nokia had become a minor player compared to Samsung, Apple, LGE, Lenovo, and ZTE. During second quarter 2013, smartphone sales surpassed 52% of the world's mobile phone sales, making the non-smartphone an obsolete piece of equipment. Keeping in mind that Nokia is a company with a diverse history, a lot of industries, this won't be the first time they've had to reinvent themselves. On February 11, 2011, Nokia's CEO, Stephen Elop, a former head of Microsoft Business Division, unveiled a new strategic alliance with Microsoft and announced that it would replace the Symbian and the MeeGo project with Microsoft Windows Phone operating system in all of their smartphones. The translation is that Microsoft would be purchasing Nokia's embattled mobile and smartphone business, which means that Nokia will have to find other things to do with its resources. In an effort to reinvent itself, Nokia plans to focus on its three established businesses, each of which is already a leader in enabling mobility in its respective market segment. NSN is a leader in network infrastructure and services. HERE, H-E-R-E, is a leader in mapping and location services. And Advanced Technologies is a leader in development and licensing. You could think of it as a think tank. Nokia Siemens Networks, or NSN, is a wholly owned business of Nokia since August of 2013. It is an expert in mobile broadband and is focused on operating at the forefront of each generation of mobile technology, including pushing the boundaries of connecting people through LTE and future technologies. Nokia continues to manage NSN as a strong and independent entity. Here, continues to focus on growing its industry-leading position through a broad location offering across mobile devices, connected devices, enterprise solutions, and the automotive environment. It also continues to execute its strategy to become the leading independent location cloud platform company, offering mapping and location services across different screens and operating systems. Advanced Technologies will explore new business opportunities through advanced research, development, and concept products in areas such as connectivity, sensing and material technologies, as well as web and cloud technologies. At the same time, Advanced Technologies plans to continue to build Nokia's patent portfolios from this innovation and targets to expand its industry-leading technology licensing program, spanning technologies that enable mobility today and tomorrow. According to Nokia Chairman and Interim CEO Risto Salasma, he believes that location technologies and services will be pivotal in the next phase of the mobile internet, where more and more devices are connected to the cloud. He also believes that location will become an essential building block across all industries, and you can bet that that's where Nokia will be pointing their efforts. With Microsoft's recent $7.1 billion purchase of Nokia's mobile phone business, Nokia has resources to pour into new tech development. Also, Microsoft is already using here's mapping and location technologies in its war with Google in an effort to counter Google Maps, providing even more infusion of Microsoft money into the Nokia organization. With the many projects and technologies already in the works at Nokia, their future is bright, and they will continue to be leaders in the way of the samurai.